Good afternoon, everyone. I called for immediate action to the increased threat of elder abuse in New Hampshire in January of 22, based on my analysis of data from the New Hampshire Bureau of Elderly and Adult Services, the Adult Protective Services Bureau. The agency received a record number of calls in fiscal year 21, nearly 11,000, regarding concerns of elder abuse, neglect, exploitation, or self-neglect, with only slightly more than a third identified and elevated for intake reporting. These calls for help reflected potential abuse situations we knew about. Estimates on underreporting of elder abuse in New Hampshire range from 1 in 14 to 1 in 24 being reported and identified. Sadly, for every one report, that means 13 to 23 of our state seniors suffer alone. National data from the U.S. Department of Justice indicates that only 1 in 44 victims of financial exploitation and 1 in 57 victims of caregiver neglect is reported. In January of 22, I immediately connected with the Department of Justice Elder Abuse and Financial Exploitation Unit, led by Senior Assistant Attorney General Brian Townsend and Sonny Mulligan-Shea, Victim Witness Advocate. This is an indomitable duo who have worked as a team protecting our state's most vulnerable residents and prosecuting those who cause harm to our senior citizens. And I'm honored to be here today for the announcement of a significant increase in staff and resources for the unit. It's important to note the state of New Hampshire's investment in adult protective services increased dramatically following the spike in 2021. I will continue monitoring, advocating, and when necessary, demanding resources specific to reducing the risk of elder abuse in New Hampshire. Raising awareness on elder abuse, which is all too frequently underreported, underrecognized, underdiagnosed, and undertreated, begins with increased public focus, identifying risk factors, advocacy, protection, education, and investing in senior citizen safety nets. As one expert put it, finding solutions to elder abuse is not rocket science. Actually, it's more complicated. Yet, New Hampshire can respond, and we must by identifying risk factors and appropriate responses. For example, loneliness and social isolation make adults who are over 65 more likely to be victims of abuse in New Hampshire. We must improve community support services. There are close to 40 senior day centers in the state of New Hampshire for our citizens, 14 of which are covered by Medicaid, which provide essential senior social and health services. These care centers have done a lot of good, but there must be greater access to affordable care facilities across the state, particularly in Belknap County. New Hampshire is graying and growing. We have the 9th highest per capita of senior citizens in the nation. New Hampshire had the 4th highest increase of seniors moving to our state compared to the rest of the nation. By 2035, there will be a 49% increase in residents 80 years of age and older. The time to act is now. New Hampshire is a mandatory reporting state for suspected elder abuse. If you or anyone suspects elder abuse in any form, call 1-800-949-0470 or your local law enforcement. And again, I tip my hat to Mr. Townsend and Ms. Mulligan for all of your hard work. You're a great ally, and I'm going to be there for you. Thank you.
Thank you.